Hi everyone, Tasha Danielle here, coming to you from Bansko, Bulgaria. I am on my way to meet up with a few people I met yesterday to go hiking. Y'all know I love me a good hike. I just woke up, so you can see my my scarf dent on my head. But I'm really loving my time here in Bulgaria. I've been here for 2 weeks and I have about 3 more weeks to go. I decided to come to Bulgaria first to get out the Schengen area. Schengen area for U.S. citizens only allows you to be in the area for 90 days. So Schengen area is countries in Europe like Italy, Greece, Germany, Portugal, Spain. Like, you can only be looking around, make sure I know I'm going. You can only be in those countries for 90 days total within a 180-day period. So after 60 days of nonstop just traveling and meeting people, I needed a break. So I decided to come out of the Schengen area. So like the first 2 weeks, I wanted to just be by myself and regroup the introvert in me, similar to what I experienced when I first got to Portugal, where I was just like, okay, I've been meeting people, hanging out. I kind of felt that, but in a different way, because when I was in Granada and Sevilla, Spain, I was doing nonstop tours and I was meeting people from there. So I wanted to come to a place where I could just sit and not feel like I was missing out on something if I didn't do something every day, because Bansko is very beautiful. It's a ski resort town, and it's very slow. And I need that, because if I'm in a fast-paced city, I'm gonna feel like, oh, what's going on today? Oh, I want to see that, and I needed to slow down doing that. One thing about this country that I found out, it is a good space for digital nomads. So that is for people who literally just work remote on their computer. They don't really have a home. They just bounce around from country to country. And so I am meeting up with a group of those people in a few moments. But what I found out after booking my flight to Bulgaria is that they use a different alphabet than in North America, or like in the English alphabet, I should say. And it is, I think it's called Cyrillic alphabet. So my experience when I was arriving, and I arrived in Sofia airport and took the bus, which is about 2.5 hours to Bansko, where I'm at right now. And I had like a guardian angel named Frank who helped me. First and foremost, you have to pay to use the restroom in the bus stations. And I did not have any of the local currency. I had euros, but euros is not the local currency in Bulgaria. And so I'm thinking like, oh, okay, I'll be able to just use this currency anyway, just because. 1 second. I'll be able to use this currency anyway because I'm in Europe. Nope, it don't work like that. So, and they were like not letting me use the bathroom. So I'm like, okay. So the first line I was in, a guy paid for me. It was 70 cents. And then on a stop going to Bansko, I thought, okay, maybe it was just that bus station. Oh, I'm walking by a stream. That's probably why you're hearing the water. Let me show you. So I see that. I hear that when I come to a certain area to walk, and I sit here sometimes for peace of mind. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I thought, okay, maybe they'll take euros here. I don't know. I just didn't have anywhere to go change my euros out for the Bulgarian currency. And that's where I met Frank, and he ended up paying for the bathroom, and he was just like, oh, don't worry about it. And so when we arrived at Bansko, he was like, hey, do you want to share a ride? And he was just like, where are you from? He is from New York and San Francisco. Spent some time in both areas. And he's like breaking down like the digital nomad community. And he's like, let's just split a cab, and he's like helping me get my bearings, basically, thankfully, because I was so turned around. Like I just showed you all like the language, lettering, and I was prepared for that because I did Google it a little bit beforehand, so I had Google Translate on deck. But it was just still confusing because you're seeing this different lettering, not just a different language, because I've been traveling here for a while. So seeing French and Spanish and Portuguese, it's like, and even Catalonian language, you're still seeing like the English alphabet, right? But when you are here, you don't see the alphabet, and the language is not similar to anything I've heard before. So it's like I can't catch on quickly to what they're saying. So it's adjustment. So thankfully, he decided to offer to split a cab, and I'm thinking, oh, I can use my card. No, you cannot use your card for cabs here. And so he ended up giving me some cash and paying for the rest of my cab ride, and I ended up running into him again a couple days later, and he told me about the co-working space, Bansko, which I had saw on YouTube, but he was like, you gotta join. You get membership. You don't have to stay there if you don't want to work, but it's a great way to meet people. And he was like, even if you just get the membership, not working there, do it. And so I gave myself, like I said, a week and a half at this point to get the membership. So I am so glad that I ended up bumping into Frank. I haven't bumped into him since then, but he was a lifesaver for paying for me to use the bathroom and for, you know, offering to share a cab ride. And luckily he did, because I don't know, I would have had to figure out the ATM situation, which I still don't have my debit card after USPS, DHL. I still don't have my package. It's been 2 months. So, and then I even called my bank and they were going to ship it, but then they didn't even ship it to the right address. It's just been like, wow. So I actually had to use my credit card to get cash out, which I'm totally against, but I really didn't have a choice because I ran out of cash. And after 2 months, well, I've been here out of the States for almost 3 months. I should have had my debit card by now. So I would have been really screwed, and I would have figured it out eventually, but just, I'm so glad that I met Frank, because like I said, it took a lot of ease off of me trying to figure things out. And similar to when I arrived in Grenada, my Airbnb was utter trash. And so, I ain't gonna say utter trash like the other one, but the amenities were not there. And so I ended up having to cancel my Airbnb and going to a new Airbnb. And I love my new Airbnb. It's better, it's in a better location, better for me meeting up with people. So yeah, I just wanted to hop on, give you a quick recap of what I've been up to. And I'm gonna do some vlogging here, like day in the life of being in Bansko, Bulgaria. So until next time, bye.